39. So a little bit of a fun fact before we jump into these WrestleMania 39 predictions. We looked it up before the show. WrestleMania 35 had 16 matches, including 4 pre-show matches, all that happened during the course of a day. And this WrestleMania 39 has 11 matches that are split between 2 days. So a night and day of a difference. Round of applause to Hunter for making WrestleMania watchable once again. But we're going to start from the bottom of the card and go all the way to the top. I don't even want to call it the bottom of the card because we don't know where these matches are going to fall. Let's start. Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio. Who do we got?
I think it's pretty obvious that they're trying to give that to Dominic because they're trying to establish his character. I think we all could agree with that, and that they're trying to send Rey off in a wholesome way to the Hall of Fame. So, what do you think?
I agree. I believe that Dominic Mysterio is going to win this match. Fun fact, the last time WrestleMania was in Los Angeles, do you know who Rey had his match against?
Who?
Eddie Guerrero. WrestleMania 21.
Oh,
so I believe that we're going to get some callbacks between the Eddie and Rey match that happened at 21 in this match. I even expect to see some Eddie Guerrero inspired gear by way of Dominic Mysterio, especially since he's been dropping Eddie's name over and over.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to. I think it would be sick if that man came out in the lowrider. I think that would be so.
I will lose my shit, and so will Sasha.
Oh my god,
Mercedes. Sorry.
Exactly. I think that would be sick. But yeah, I got Dominic. On that one. But now we're going into the men's WrestleMania showcase, which is a 4-way tag team match. Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders. Who do you have?
I'm always going to choose the Street Profits in every situation, just because I love the Street Profits. Yeah, that's my only reason. I just love the Street Profits. Braun Strowman could kick rocks. The Viking Raiders don't really do it for me anymore. And the Alpha Academy is just so corny. I'm sorry. I can't stand them. I know that's their point, to be annoying, but they're just obnoxious to me. But yeah, Street Profits, because I feel like they're trying to do something with the two of them, especially Montez, in the future. What do you think?
I believe that the Street Profits are also going to win. I'm also, normally we get on matches where it doesn't look like they have like any meaning, but I think that this is a good little showcase because I feel like there's certain guys, while they may not fit into a championship picture at the time, they are too talented to be left off of the card. And I think this is a good way of including these guys without making it seem like it's just to include them. And especially since on commentary, they've been building up these WrestleMania showcases as something that can change the trajectory of someone's career. And I think that's a great way of positioning it. I got the Street Profits winning this match. Yeah, because it's the Street Profits. Anyway, we're going to be moving on into the women's WrestleMania Tag Team Showcase, where we have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya and Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. Who do we have in this 4-way women's tag?
Well, definitely not Natalya and Shotzi. That's out of the question. Liv Morgan and Raquel. Shayna and Ronda. Chelsea Green and Sonya. I don't see Chelsea Green and Sonya doing anything of importance. I don't see Natalya and Shotzi getting anything. Liv Morgan already had. This is for a title?
No. It's just the showcase.
Just for fun. Oh, if it's just for fun, I could see them giving it to Ronda and Shayna. I could see them giving it to Ronda and Shayna. I feel like Triple H likes Ronda.
Yeah.
And Shayna. But I could see a pairing going on over there. But I feel like they're probably going to give it to them. I can't see any reason to put anyone else over unless you're trying to showcase Chelsea Green. Which I don't see them doing anything serious with her anytime soon. So I'm going to go with Ronda and Shayna. What do you think?
I second that. I think that we're going to see Ronda and Shayna win, mostly because I feel like they're going to go after the tag team titles next. So yeah, Ronda and Shayna. I think that's the match. I think that's going to be the winners. Now we're moving on to the triple threat Intercontinental Championship match between Gunter, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. Who do we have?
Gunter, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. I I'm biased because I always want to say Gunther. I always want to say Gunther, and I always feel like when it comes to Sheamus at this point in his career, he's like a filler. So I don't really look at him as being like, not that he's not competition. Like he's a great wrestler, obviously, but I feel like he's a filler at all times at this point. And Drew, I feel like if they give it to Drew, it's just gonna go right back to Gunther. I'm gonna say Gunther. Gunther.
I got Gunther as well. I think Gunther is going to come out as the champion. I think that this is, and if they, yeah, I think that Gunther is going to be the champion. And I don't think that Gunther is going to drop it unless they officially split the belts into two. It's by split the belts, I mean like the Universal and the Undisputed title.
Interesting.
So there's that. Then we have Edge versus Finn Balor, Demon Finn Balor, in a Hell in a Cell match. Who do you have?
This is how many more months does Edge have left in his contract?
I have no idea.
I feel like he's on his final year or last few months. I feel like it would only make sense to put Finn Balor over because they obviously are heading in a certain direction with Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got Rhea on her own path, doing something with Dominic or whatnot. Damian Priest is doing his own thing, and then what Finn. I feel like it would only make sense if across the board they all won, they all dominate to just fuel their faction as a whole and establish them more than they already have been. And they probably could cut a promo about that next episode. It would make the most sense, and I feel like Edge is in the giving era of his career, especially because I don't see him getting a title belt opportunity at this point. I don't. So, gonna give it to Finn, and I'm expecting it to be a really good match.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be sick, and I'm excited. Getting a Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania? When was the last time we had one?
I don't even remember, but also to throw in, there's no more red cell. It's just the regular color silver cell.
Oh, thank God. Thank you, Hunter. Thank you.
It's just a regular cell.
Who decided that red was a good color for a cell? Like, my eyes already naturally hurt, okay?
Big blood vents. That's what it said. Big blood vents.
It's just like, why did you think that was easy to see? Like, gray, I understand. Black, I understand. Even if they want to do a navy blue, I would understand. Why a bright color? I cannot imagine being a fan watching from like an aerial view, seeing a bright behind red cage, and then trying to see people wearing colorful outfits move around.
To play devil's advocate, I was gonna say to play devil's advocate, it may have sounded like a good idea, but it just didn't look good on camera. You know what I mean?
They had many years to figure that out.
Yeah, but you know, it is what it is. But I'm gonna go with Finn. I'm gonna go with Finn, as you said. Edge is in the giving mode. I also feel like when it comes to who can gain the most from this, I believe that it is Finn Balor, someone right now who is currently not in the championship picture, who, if he were to get a victory at WrestleMania over a guy like Edge, I think that would do wonders for him. Plus, we haven't seen the Demon in a while, and we have to keep the Demon strong. So I believe that Finn Balor is going to come out on top.
His entrance is going to be sick. Who's going to have the better entrance?
Ooh, Finn is going to have the better entrance.
Are we going to get the Brood character again?
I think we are. I think we're definitely going to get the Brood. I think we're going to get Brood Edge versus Demon Finn. But remember, this is the first time we've seen Demon Finn Balor under Demon Finn Balor as a heel and a part of a faction known as the Judgment Day. So now it's like, is he going to go with red and black? Is he going to go with black and purple? Is it going to be purple, black, and red? You know what I'm saying? So, the opportunities are endless. But I am going to go Finn Balor on this one. But next match, we have, I really hope this is on night 2, Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus versus Damage Control. Who do you got?
If Damage Control does not win at this point, what are we doing here? Because they've been on a losing streak.
Right.
And that is not what I support. I understand you want to keep your champion strong, which is fine. They don't have to wrestle. But the people that are going up against, why are you making them look like wimps? And making them consistently lose back to back, Hunter. And again, this is like a faction that's still fairly new that has not hit a year. I have a huge problem with that. Because I don't take this faction seriously. They've been so watered down, you know, especially Dakota Kai and Io, and it's really strange because Becky's promo was very spot on. When she dragged them on Monday, talking about how important Io Sky was back in NXT and how important Dakota Kai was over there, and now they're just lackeys behind Bayley. I didn't think about it until she said it. I was like, well, no, she was spitting. She was like, for real, like, it really was. Like, I was like, and I'm not sure if she got cleared to say that. I'm not sure if she was taking a jab at Triple H, you know? But she said that, and I was just like, damn. And on top of that, they're losing. So I just feel like if they don't win, this faction needs to be disbanded immediately. But I don't foresee Becky or Lita holding this belt much longer. It'd be cool if they kept it up, but I think it's just a give back match just to try to establish Damage Control, but also just give it to Bayley because, you know, Bayley's like the biggest mark of all and she gets to wrestle across her heroes. So I feel like the girls are there to have fun. They're probably not looking into it as seriously as I am. So Damage Control has to go over.
I actually agree with you. I think that not only does Damage Control have to go over, but they will go over. I believe that the reason why they've been put on this losing streak is so that they can come out with a different fire at Mania. Because you think about it like this. This is a non-title match, which means that regardless of who loses, no one's going to be the champion again. And regardless of who loses or wins, there's still going to be a challenge for the titles. Even if Damage Control loses, Lita and Becky are going to eventually want new challenges for those titles. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Damage Control is going to win, and that's going to fuel them to regain the gold back. And I think it's also going to be fuel for Bayley to get some gold as well. So we'll see about that. But I do think that Damage Control is going to go over. They need to go over, and they will go over. So I got Damage Control.
That's hilarious. I
got Damage Control. But speaking of women, we have the Raw Women's Championship, Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Who do we have?
Ooh. Does Binky go down finally? Or do we get the beginning of Kana? This one might stress me out. Because I love Bianca. I love her.
Right.
And she's in her John Cena era. So it's very hard to picture her losing because, like, there's a reason why she has the belt for this long. And you had to ask, is this going to be like an extended feud? Because there's not that much substance between the two of them. It really is just put on because I don't think... Have these two had a one-on-one with each other before? Have they ever?
I believe... Let me see.
Like a real one-on-one? I'm trying to think.
Check. I'm not sure.
I know she was...
They did. On an episode of Raw. On an episode of Raw, they had a one-on-one.
Okay. I feel like if Asuka doesn't win, then it kind of takes away from her character. Because a lot of people aren't already taking her character seriously. They think that it's just basically Asuka just with different clothes and paint in her mouth. And I feel like we're going to see like the character in its full form at WrestleMania. So I feel like it only makes sense if she wins. But the question is, how is Bianca going to win? See, if you're trying to make her look strong and pull a John Cena type shit and the never give up, they could pull what they did in, I can't remember which NXT takeover it was, but I know that it was the first time for Shayna, she passed out. She refused to tap out. If they want to make Bianca Belair still look like a superhero that she is, They could have her in the Asuka lock and have her literally just pass out, and no one could complain because it's just like she didn't go out like saying I give up. It was
Right.
just I gave out.
Right.
You know, it doesn't. You don't get more gays than that. I'm saying. So I'm gonna give it to Asuka. Yeah, and this is gonna end the reign of Bianca, but it could go back and forth. It could be. She could afford to lose in that way and still get a rematch, and they could take this elsewhere.
Right.
But who do you think?
I got Bianca.
Why?
So here's my thing. I believe that Asuka is in a very, very good position, loser win. Because because of her performance at Elimination Chamber, it's already been solidified that this is a different version of Asuka, right? So we have that clarified. She's already strong. That's one. Two, I fully believe that this can be the turning point for Asuka in the sense of her fully turning heel. Because she's a tweener right now. She's not necessarily a face. She's not necessarily a heel. She can easily do one of the things where Bianca wins after a hard match, and then Asuka attacks after the match and puts her out, and then that leads to a rematch at Backlash, where Asuka can win the title. But I believe that the reason why Bianca should win is because it's just because of the building of the WrestleMania resume for Bianca Belair. We talk about Bianca being the John Cena, the women's John Cena. John Cena's WrestleMania resume is deep. Is deep. First WrestleMania, he beat Big Show for the US title. The second WrestleMania, he beat JBL for the WWE title. The next WrestleMania 22, he beat Triple H for the WWE World title. The next WrestleMania 23, WWE title. He's had to stack his WrestleMania victories so that whenever he would face the person that he really wanted to face down the line, that match would have an extreme amount of value. Bianca and Rhea, when it happens, is going to happen in time because Rhea and Bianca are both stacking their WrestleMania resumes. Because I believe that, and we're going to get to this when it's time, but I believe that Bianca has to continue to build her resume at WrestleMania specifically, and I think that Rhea has to do the same. And in order for Bianca to have that WrestleMania resume, she has to go through Asuka. She has to beat Asuka. So I think that that's what's going to happen. I think that Bianca is going to beat Asuka.
You don't feel like that still pulls away from Asuka because they kind of already diluted her for so many years and they fucked her up at WrestleMania starting with Charlotte, actually. Yeah. And that was like 2017 or 2018. That's just my biggest ick about it. Like, she has never felt that special since, and I still don't think she felt as special even when she was going back and forth with Sasha and Bayley. I mean, they did boost her up a little bit, but right. She had a mystique about her.
When she came out of NXT, oh my God.
Yes. And it fizzled out when they gave it to Charlotte. When they didn't have to. That streak could have went on for a whole other year, and then that could have been like something that was, cemented Asuka. For the person that were to beat her streak, for it to mean that much more. My frustration is that we still haven't fully recovered from that. I don't think it's a title belt necessarily that's going to recover her. It's more so I want that mystique back, and I feel like that was the whole point of bringing back Kana. So I feel like since people are already they aren't believing in her right now, I feel like if she loses now, then we're just not going to care. I already feel like Asuka, in my eyes, I put her up there with the 4 horsewomen and stuff like that. I think she's a legend in her own right. But to most casual people that were only exposed to Asuka based off of her main roster run, she is as regular as everyone else. That's why I don't want her to lose. I feel like she needs to win fairly, and It's gonna piss off a lot of people, but I feel like it would just make sense. It's a sacrifice that I think we need to make. I feel like Bianca could afford to lose at this point if she passes out, and maybe down the line get her belt back. But you could still have Rhea versus Bianca at any given time. It's not like we haven't seen it before. You could literally have it again. It would only make Bianca look better, since I feel like we're at a point where I love seeing her win. Don't get me wrong, but like you expect her to win.
Yeah.
It's nice to see a babyface chase again. It's nice. She could afford to chase back her belt, and it wouldn't hurt Asuka down the line if she pulls something crazy out of her ass, because she's Brock and everything. Like they could have some type of no DQ match or some stipulation match, for her to win. That's what I think. But we can agree to disagree.
I agree to disagree, because I have a whole, you know what it is? I think for me, I think in my perspective, because this version of Asuka is so new, that now it's about giving her the identity that she deserves and rebuilding her in a way to make people care. I don't think the WrestleMania win is going to make people care. I think that her becoming a complete, violent, harsh villain is what's going to make people care. And that's the reason why I think that Bianca's going to lose and then Asuka's going to attack after the match. Because I believe that that's going to make more of a statement of who Asuka is than her winning. Because
if she wins, like that.
If she wins, right? If she wins, unless she has a very, very this version of Asuka can't have a dirty win. It has to be a very, very clean win in order to assure her that she's dominant, right? And that's going to weaken Bianca. But if Bianca wins and then Asuka turns, now the respect is out the window, right? Now the respect is out the window. That can lead to another match at Backlash. That can also help solidify Asuka in her new identity even more. Because Asuka was always considered violent. Asuka was always considered hard, but she was never considered bad. She was never considered a villain. And everything about her screams villain, but it's just the fact that she's going up against Bianca and she hasn't really done anything towards Bianca that keeps her as a face. That's
true.
That's my
What if she jumps her and she cuts her hair a little bit? Not the whole ponytail, she just cuts her hair a little bit.
Bianca?
Yeah, that'd be
that would be tough.
That would piss off. That would be such good shit if she jumps her after her win, knocks her out, and then like she has that clown smile on her face and she just starts slowly cutting. You remember that, like, you ever watched Courage the Cowardly Dog, where they had that one creepy guy that was into hair and was shaving Courage or whatnot? Have her have that creepy ass smile, her grin on her face, and just slowly start like snipping. Not all of it, just like a third of it.
But you see how that would solidify her more than a win?
That would be cool. They need to do some sick shit, like something that would really piss us off and have us just like yelling on Twitter and yelling on the internet and stuff like that, and have the crowd booing her out the window. We need an ultimate heel. Maybe that's what we're missing. We're missing an ultimate heel.
And I think Asuka can be that. We're going to move on to the next.
Sorry.
There's 4 former matches. All right. SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. Who do you have?
Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley has to. Like, you owe her. You owe her from, I forgot which WrestleMania, 36, 37 or whatnot. When they robbed her in the Vegeta outfit. Rhea!
Yeah.
You owe her a win! Sorry. Go on.
I agree. I think that Rhea Ripley's going to win. This kind of builds off of what I was saying with Bianca, building that WrestleMania resume. For Rhea, that translates into getting her redemption, getting her lick back. So I think she's going to get her lick back on Charlotte, and she's going to win. So that's that. The next match is Austin Theory versus John Cena, U.S. title. Who do we have?
I know who's going to go over, but I'm still going to say John Cena because I'm a John Cena fan until I die, Chang, until I die.
I'm going to go Austin Theory. I'm going to go Austin. Even though I would like John Cena to win, I think that Austin Theory winning would give him so much heat. And I think that would play into who he is as a heel. So I'm going to go Austin Theory with this one.
They're lucky I'm out in the arena because I would definitely ran out and jumped him. Like, how dare you jump my father with a ball spot? How dare you? How dare you?
Not father with a ball spot.
My father with a
But
ball spot.
but moving from that, the Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. Who do we have?
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I feel like this would be all for nothing if they don't win.
I agree. I'm going to go with that as well. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I think all roads, no pun intended, have led to this. And I think that we're going to see KO and Sami win those WWE Undisputed Tag Team titles. And now for the main event. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Who do we have? Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
I see you pondering.
I'm only pondering because I just said that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn get the gold. I feel as though in my heart, I want Cody to win. But I feel like to have the bloodline completely lose everything in one night, I don't see Triple H ever booking that.
That's interesting.
I don't see it. Because then, like, what do you do? What do you do next Monday? What does Roman and the Usos say? I feel like Roman needs someone to yell at and blame. I know. So someone has to retain on their end and someone has to lose on their end and someone needs to get fired.
I got it.
Well, I want to hear your take though.
Cody's going to win. That's first things first. Cody Rhodes is going to win. Who's the person to blame? Jey Uso.
Oh.
Because now nobody has championships. Jey eats the pin during the match. There's so many ways you can go about this. Jey could eat the pin during the match. Jey can try to set up a distraction that doesn't go well. Jey can do something that inadvertently leads to Jimmy getting pinned. Then for the main event, Jey and Jimmy could be coming out. Jey may not do something. And now the person to blame is Jey. And then now that puts Jey against Roman and they can start building a feud.
So non-title feud.
Non-title feud, exactly. But it's still Roman Reigns. And I feel like the way that Roman is going to lose is going to be in a way that doesn't show him off to be weak, but shows how his family, who is flawed, gets in the way and then messes up the dominance of the group. And I think that Jey is one of the guys that's going to be like heavily blamed and heavily ostracized. And I think that that's going to be the beginning of the end of the bloodline. I think he's going to beef with Jey. Then Jimmy's going to side with Jey. Then Solo's going to sign with the Usos because that's the older brother. And then that's how it's going to go down. But that's just what I think. I think that Cody Rhodes is going to win.
Okay. When you break it down like that, now I want to say Cody. But I just wouldn't be surprised if they give it to Roman just because, again, it's Hunter booking it.
Very true. But you gotta support our civil rights leader, Cody Luther King
Jr. Of course.
But anywho, that concludes our WrestleMania prediction.